Yo, what's going on? And welcome back to some Monster Train. Last time we struggled with a few losses in a row, and I'm thinking that maybe we just change it up temporarily. We're gonna keep having Umbra in there because I think we need to level them up. Maybe we're just missing some of the important cards. Maybe we're just not understanding how to play them. But if we go with a hero that we're pretty good with, or a champion that we're pretty good with in the Awoken, and lots of units that we know pretty well, maybe we can make Umbra work and understand them a little bit better. Oh, I forgot. We gotta click on the window first, and then start the run. Okay, so here's what we got. I don't know how I feel about this card. This card seems good early game and then really bad late game. This card's just kinda alright. Deal damage to the front enemy equal to spikes, so we probably want to build a spike run. He's going to be removing buffs and debuffs, which means a spike run is kind of worse. So maybe we want to go the healing run. And I think this is really important, because if you make it all the way... Like, I like that it tells you what the final boss will be, because if you make it all the way there and you picked a run that is just countered by the final boss, it's really your own fault if you lose. Because you had the information to not fall for that, essentially. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take this. This early on is going to be very valuable. Now we're looking for this, I think. Like, spikes would be great with the Bramble Lash card, but it's going to get countered really hard. So I think we need this. And then maybe we can combine that with the ability to draw. This one, I feel like you can always do this one, so we're gonna try it. Now if we get enough healing going, then we could maybe pull off a defense up here. Like, these guys are actually gonna have 0 attack when they get to the pyre. These guys are all gonna have 2 attack, so we'll take 6 damage from this. Which means we could, in theory, hold somewhere else. But I feel like we're strong enough. With them having 1 less attack, I think we're strong enough to hold them on this floor. Hold on, before I do that, I want to do this and see what morsels we get. So this is, I think, the best morsel that you could get. So if we play both of these morsels, and then we could play one of the train stewards down here. He's not gonna die, so he'll soften him up a little bit. Okay, so now our champion is like actually pretty strong. This is gonna be difficult to actually kill that with this build. I don't think we have anything that can make that happen. Are you living? You're living, not by a lot, but enough. We really don't have anything that hits backline. And we didn't get any of our heals. So I think we're kind of just hoping for morsels that actually have attack. Like that guy. So we have 2 morsels that can actually attack. So that'll at least make some kills happen here. We won't get the gold, which is really unfortunate. But we'll prevent all pyre damage. Wait, that guy in the back wasn't dying, but he can't do damage anyways. So, we need to kill this guy, because otherwise he's going to run by, which is very doable for us. We get 2 morsels. But yeah, since we saw that miner card that gives the +5/+5, I now understand that 3-cost card that guarantees you to get him. So how do we want to do this? We could easily double train Steward here. It's not gonna do that much. But if we buffed one of the train stewards... Like, both these morsels are going up here. This guy's not gonna be able to do damage to the pyre anyways. The thing is this guy's only going to 25 HP. I don't see any way that we're gonna be able to kill it. So we're gonna get +5 attack. If we do this, we'll get to 22 attack. So maybe we can enable us to actually kill. If we get some more morsels next turn, then we could stop these guys from actually touching the pyre. We're gonna need 2 morsels though. Or a train steward probably does it as well. The regen probably is good enough too. So the boss is not very strong. Does this work on bosses? I think it does. I think this guy's supposed to have 5 attack. So like if we do this, you're gonna die for sure. Wait, they're both gonna die at this rate because the regen tick. So then where do we want this other train steward? If we put him in front, then they'll do more damage to the boss. Because at this moment, they're not going to get any damage done to the boss. But is that worth anything? I almost want to say no. I feel like just making our last floor a lot stronger might be the play. And I think we just steal enhance. Oh, that's bad. Every time he gets a kill, he is going to put this card in our deck. We just gotta be careful. But we did get extra mana. So we can kind of just keep buffing our champion here. Now the obvious disadvantage is the Umbra class gets trample because they know that just buffing one thing isn't usually good enough. If we put heal on you, then you're doing a little bit more damage. We need that Antumbra Assault to kill this bad guy. There we go. And we're just gonna straight win this, so no problem there. This will just make us win harder. And we could just play everything. So we actually made it out of this challenge taking 0 pyre damage. Now I don't know, because a lot of roguelites like to reward you for specifically taking 0 damage, like the Binding of Isaac, Enter the Gungeon, both reward you for taking no damage on boss fights specifically, but in this case I would like equate that to taking 0 pyre damage on one of these like instances. So far, that doesn't appear to be the case. I could be wrong about that. Now, Restoration Detonation is fantastic with the build that we're doing, but Glimmer is also pretty good with the build that we're doing. I feel like you gotta go Restoration Detonation first, and then worry about the other one later. Gain 2 energy. So it's kind of like, because Ember Train, we lose 2 energy next turn, and then 1 energy the turn after that. So you're gaining 2 temporary energy to essentially lose 3 energy over the next 2 turns. And you gain Rage. I don't think Rage is worth that. Now this thing always seems pretty good, but I think we're gonna go with Mind Collapse. I think it's a better way for us to enable some energy. Now we could go with an Umbra unit So pretty much the basic strategy that I think we need to employ is we need to pick something, so either now a spell or a unit that we're just going to massively buff. And in this case, I think we're going to go with a unit. And we're just going to apply multiple buffs to the unit. I think we'll take the Animus of Will. I think it'll be better for us. And we're going to buff this thing up. Now, the things it has given me to buff it are not very good. Damage shield 2. I feel like we spend the money to get a train steward that's like pretty powerful maybe, or like 2 different pretty powerful train stewards, but that's not what I'm looking for. And we can't do that. So what I was seeing here is that a lot of these upgrades depend on the clans that you have. So I think the health upgrade is coming from our Awoken, and the damage shield is coming from our Umbra. So something like the Animus of Will actually seems really bad, because we don't have any damage buffs coming from either of our clans. Now I think we just super buff both of the train stewards then. That, or we could super buff this. Let's just super buff this. But essentially what I wanted to do is then duplicate one of those cards that we made really powerful. But it doesn't seem to be working. And since we just chose something with multi-strike, I don't think we can afford to fight spikes. That seems like a big mistake. I think in the earlier Covenant runs, we could very easily fight the spikes. I think right now we can no longer very easily fight the spikes. So we need to be more mindful about which challenges we actually take. Like they have to make sense for our build to be able to take them on. I think this makes a lot of sense. We're still not picking up a kill, so I think we're just gonna play a train steward. We didn't have either of the really good train stewards. So, we're looking to deal with that. We got Antumbra Assault, which is a good way to get rid of something here. So I think we start with the Antumbra Assault here to get us some gold. We probably want to save 1 energy to play that. So if we do that, that's free. Now we can Mind Collapse you. Well, we should Mind Collapse you because you do damage. Gives us 2 energy back because we got Slay. Now we can play that. We could play this. And then I think we want to just give our champion some attack. We should maybe try and buff the Animus of Will because we made it so tanky. And then this Train Steward, I guess, can get +2 attack and lifesteal. And there we saw that the little morsel got the kill, which is pretty funny. So we got one of our good Train Stewards. Unfortunately, he can't go on this floor, so I think he goes here. And I feel like we're going to give him a morsel. Oh, he's just giving energy. So that doesn't really matter then. But I do feel like we go all in on this Train Steward. Because he's going to be impossible to defeat, hopefully, is the goal. And Antumbra Assault should be useful. Here's our other really good Train Steward. Can we play everything? Because Bramble Lash is just completely worthless to us right now. Which sucks, but that's how it is. And Antumbra Assault. Might as well get... Do you have Sweep? No, you do not. So this will make it so the morsel does some damage. We're still losing. We're going up here. That'll give another damage shield to that guy. Go up here, give a damage shield to that guy. I don't think there's any way this boss actually gets through all of us. Because our other floors are actually quite strong. And so for this build, what I think we're looking for is that upgrade to Train Stewards. Because we were kind of forced to go all in on our Train Stewards. Okay, so Mind Collapse here for 1 mana is going to be pretty good. First, we'll start with our Morsel. Oh, they're not going to win anyway, so it doesn't really matter what we do here. We'll just make you stronger. Obviously kill you, play that. Doesn't really matter what we do here, so. But we need like multi-strike. Because this Train Steward already has 2 damage shields. I think the Train Steward artifact gives them all 2 damage shield and multi-strike, which would make that Train Steward into a 6 damage shield with multi-strike, and then we can buff him with morsels. So it might be a good time to get this, or this. Wildwood Sap is just so good. Sharpen's cool too. And we might be looking to upgrade spells next turn, so Sharpen would be really good. I think Wildwood Sap just better fits our build and makes our champion impossible to kill. So this is the Morsel Miner unit, which I think we want. If we can buff that spell, it gives +5/+5 every time we can play it. If we give it like holdover and like cost 1 less or something, should be very powerful. Now upgrading units, we're not going to be able to get another unit if we go left. And really all we have is Train Stewards and our Animus of Will. So I think we're going to look for another unit over here with an artifact. Units cost 2 less is pretty good. This would be good if we had the ability to stack spikes. See, now I wish we went with Sharpen. It's tough. Because we just don't have a lot of units at the moment, and I don't think a lot of our units are going to be expensive. It's mostly the Hellhorn units that are very expensive, which I find odd that this artifact is here. Because I think the artifacts are also dependent on what clans you have, but that might not be true. Well, I feel like units just always costing 0 can only be a bonus. Oh, this could... now we wish we had the spikes. Dang. But either way, this plays well into our strategy of healing. We'll see if we could get like those little spider mines again. And then buff them this time. Okay, so we can give 25 health to a unit. Can have our Pyre restore health. I feel like we just give 25 health to something. Can you give it to like one of these guys? You can. So then he'd have 3 upgrades, which is pretty cool. But this would take one of his upgrade slots, so it makes more sense to give it to a unit that already has 2 upgrades. And that costs us 3 health, but I don't think we care. That's the first damage that we've taken. Which is odd. Usually we've taken a lot of damage by the time we get to this first boss. Okay, so the bombs have damage shields, so we're afraid of the bombs. Because they're essentially unkillable before they actually pop. So are we going all in on the bottom floor here? Could also Thorn Hollow the bottom floor. I feel like we should do this right away. And then just try and start stacking regen. That, or we could put this guy up here and stack regen on him. And he'll have a lot of spikes going by the time anyone gets to him. And then this is just a regular Train Steward, it can just go behind him. We need this thing to have more attack, it's too weak right now. You're really doing that to me right now, huh? That's highly rude. Damage shield works on spells, but we could hit it with multiple spells. So first, let's just pick up a kill with you. That makes a lot of sense. Now, we could also just pick up a kill with you. But I think we're going to want to kill the bomb. And then Mind Collapse to get the energy. So we're missing out on one extra morsel by doing it in this order. But we get to play Restoration Detonation instead. Okay, we don't want to play this on that floor, because he incants. Now, what can we get going here? We probably want to get some attack. This will give our unit attack. And then we... Oh, you don't fit there, huh? What do we do with these two morsels? We kind of want to play them, because we don't want them to go into our deck, so I guess we'll just put them there so they can die. Oh, one of them lived, actually. I forgot this front guy only has one attack. Okay, do we have any way to deal with that? First of all, this guy's going here. So that guy's gonna die, which is good for us. This guy's gonna make it. You're taking 11 damage? That's definitely a bit. I do think that we're gonna do this just to get you more spikes, and so you take less damage. And I think we play the Morsel Miner. We could have played it down here to make our... Probably should have done that. Make our champion stronger, I think was the better play, but... So we're definitely gonna take a little bit of damage, but not enough for us to be afraid. It's 2 damage. Alright, so here we have one of our beefy train stewards. You have incant, so we need to be careful about what we play here. But I do think this is going to be worth it either way. And then we'll be able to use Bramble Lash on this guy, but not right now. You still have regen, right? Yep, you still got regen 3. So let's get a morsel. Make this train steward stronger. I think our floors are pretty good. Okay, we're still not on final floor yet. This guy's gonna make it, huh? What do we want to do here? Because that guy's gonna die to the spikes. So we don't need to do that. Could easily do this. Did get a morsel miner. Now, do we want to play both steel enhancers instead of a restore? I think that guy's just gonna get through. There's nothing I can do about that. This guy, we need to see if we can make it so he doesn't get through, which I think we'll be able to do. So morsel miner here. I think steel enhancers just always need to go to you, huh? That would make a lot more sense. And then this to just buff our really strong train steward some more. Okay, so we're on the final wave. We're not doing that much damage yet. This wave seems to have sorted itself out, so that's okay. Do a Mind Collapse. Can we use it on anything effectively? Not that I could see. Doesn't weaken him enough. Could kill this guy with Mind Collapse, but we don't really need the mana. We could have the morsel take a hit. He's only gonna give 3 health, so he's actually worth more if he takes a hit, I think. And just deal a little bit of damage. Okay, so we're gonna get in quite a bit of damage here. I don't see any way that the boss actually gets to the pyre. Because this train steward... Oh, I guess he doesn't have any damage shields anymore, huh? So he's dealing 8 damage. Which is... Unfortunately, this would put him at exactly 40 health. So he'd still die in 5 hits no matter what. So why don't we use the Morsel Miner to make him stronger? Then I guess we'll take 5 damage here. Oh no, our strong train steward died. Can we win here? I guess he is making it. There's just nothing I can do. We keep not getting healing. Maybe... No, we don't even have enough room to play morsels. I guess he makes it. He's gotta hit this twice. That's unfortunate. What is this? Furnace Tap. Apply Rage 4, apply Multi-Strike 1, apply Ember Drain 4. That hurts. Hurts a lot. Kill a morsel unit. Trigger Eat and Engorge abilities as if it has been eaten 2 times X. That is really strong. This only works for the floor, but this could be really good as well. I think if we increase our capacity with this, that'll make our floor that has the guy with spikes on it a lot better. So here's actually the chance to start making some morsels just consistently. And I think Morsel Maker is just too good. Like, I love these guys, the guys with Gorge on them, but we could get that later. I think a Morsel Maker that just stacks over the course of the entire, like, instance is really good. And then we'll add some capacity to be able to make that floor happen how we want. Now we could get another unit over here. At the moment, I think we're still kind of bereft of units, but we haven't upgraded spells yet. This is going to let us duplicate a card. What would we be duplicating? Definitely be duplicating this guy. But again, he's not like dealing a lot of damage. He's just really hard to kill. But here we get spells, here we get a unit. I think we want another unit first. So give me the gold. What's the unit? What is this? What does this mean permanently? Like, if I put a Morsel Master and this guy together, does he over the course of the run just get ridiculous stats? We're gonna try it. Then what are we duplicating? We should almost just duplicate something. We just haven't upgraded anything, really. Two morsel makers could be good. Let's try that. Because unfortunately, we just don't have anything that great to duplicate. So what are we looking at here? The ability to draw one or more damage. I think more damage, because we don't have the energy to play more cards anyways. Armor 15. What kind of units are we looking at? I mean, everyone's really strong already. I don't think we could do this one. Everyone having 15 more health seems too difficult to deal with. So, I think you know what our goal is gonna be here. It's gonna be Overgorger with Morsel Maker behind him. And we want... oh, jeez. All these guys are gonna trigger their resolve because I can't actually do any damage. I feel like we just play everything. It's a really unfortunate hand. But it looks like our Gorger up here is actually getting stronger. So... we do have our Thorned Hollow. We just don't have a way to heal him. This is a tough one. Could just add 3 damage, but I think... yeah, if we could get a morsel that gives attack, I think that's where that's at. And then just deal some damage to something, because these things are moving up faster than we'd like. We're not really capable of stopping these at the moment. It seems like they're gonna do lots of damage, which is bad. So I think our Morsel Maker's going here. I think we need to get rid of all of our cards that make morsels. Because if we just use 2 Morsel Makers, maybe that's what I was doing wrong with that one run. I had lots of cards that make morsels, but I also had a Morsel Maker. You don't really need both. Okay, so... you die. I think that's the best use of that, and then that there. We need to try and make sure this Gorger at the top doesn't die. Oh my goodness. Can we protect you from dying? Yeah, pretty sure we can. We just steal enhance him. So I want to know what this permanently means. Like, is he gonna have 14 attack in the next battle as well? Because that would make him pretty ridiculous. And there's nothing we can really kill with this, but we can make sure this guy doesn't make it to the next floor. Our champion's getting pretty strong here too. This is bad. Is there anything we can do about this? I don't think so. Can't really place a morsel or anything in front of him. So it seems like he just gets by. Yeah, we got some issues here. Our build went horribly wrong, but the Gorger's pretty strong. We just don't have enough attack. We don't have the ability to kill stuff. Oh, we do have Bramble Lash here, though. Well, if we could handle the final floor, which it doesn't look like we can, then we don't have to worry about the top. It seems like these guys are just gonna make it. It's pretty bad. If we use this train steward, and we enhance you, it's already dealing like twice as much damage. So only one of these guys is making it, which is at least a slight bonus. Can we play anything anywhere? We could play a morsel up here. So why don't we see what we get? It's just gonna give us health. It'll make the boss struggle at getting past that floor at least. So that'll help us get rid of that guy quicker. We're dealing a lot of damage, but not enough. So the morsel maker doesn't actually do anything here. So we maybe need to make sure that our morsel makers get attacked. Man, Covenant number 4 has just been so difficult for me to deal with. 160 damage. Okay, but I don't see any way that he wins this floor. This floor is actually quite difficult. Give me the Morsel Miner. I think we should just use it for damage. He's dead anyways. So the Morsel Maker with a good Train Steward is also reasonable. What are we looking at here? Rooting enemies, I think, is what we need. I feel like that's one of our struggles. Enemies keep getting by us, so if we root them, then they can't do that. +1 energy on the floor, deal 20 damage to a random enemy unit 4 times. Gain 2 energy. I think this is gonna help us. What are we looking at? We can make units better. We can duplicate cards. I still don't think we want to duplicate cards, so I think we gotta make units better. We now have like some units that'll actually work. Plus we really need pyre health, because that's not going too great. So. This is a tough one. Pyre gets more attack. Don't think that's what we're looking for. Pyre health. Okay, what can we upgrade? Quick. Quick could be really good. I think we need to give this thing attack, though. Okay, so this guy is now a 12-18. So he is slowly getting a little stronger. Maybe it makes sense to put quick on him? Now, the attack is going to you, because that just makes sense. Damage shield could go to this guy. It's damage shield 2. I feel like we want it on this guy because he's weak while he hasn't gained a lot of HP yet. And then I think we reroll. Get endless. This being endless, I think, does make a whole lot of sense. Because that way, even if it dies, it'll just come back, right? And it'll still have its permanently gained 2 attack. So yeah, I think if we accidentally let that die, now it won't be as big of a blow. Then something with 10 more attack. I think one of the morsel makers needs some attack. And then what wants 25 HP? Probably you. I think we did some good stuff. Now, do we want to take something out? I think it might be valuable to get rid of something here. And the cards that make morsels are, I think, the worst for us. Alright, let's see if we can recover. Spell Shield 2, I think we can easily get around Spell Shield 2. Now my question is does our champion's ability count as spell damage? I suppose we'll figure it out pretty quickly, probably. Maybe not. This is just a normal train steward, huh? So we want you here. Suppose we'll put the strong morsel maker here so he can get started doing some work. We could put both morsel makers, but I think that's a bad idea. We want one of them paired with the Gorger. We could have put both up top and then waited to find the Gorger. Now we're not, since there's always going to be morsels here, we're never going to have room to actually play the Animus of Will. So I think we'll just play that right now. Put you up here, you'll gain some of your own stacks for now. And we'll save the Consume. Oh, they have Sweep. That's gonna create some problems, huh? Okay, so Gorger obviously right there. And then you go there. I don't think we need to play that guy. We are just not doing a lot of damage. This is really bad. I feel like maybe it takes these Gorge builds just a little bit too long late game to actually stack up and be able to kill the enemies. Because like this isn't even close. But we can root stuff. We really need holdover on this root. So let's see if this still does damage. It looks like it does, even through the spell shield, which is good. We can't summon you unless this train steward dies, so maybe we should have flipped that the other way. I feel like we root this guy. But the bottom floor is just going to have a whole lot of things that I don't want on it. Ah, it's so tough to know what to actually root. Because if I root this guy, then this guy and this guy both come up and join him. And if I root this guy, then my Gorger only kills that guy. So maybe in this case, I root someone who's already dying. But we could get rid of one of his spell shields. Yeah, we do not have enough damage. Where could we increase capacity? Probably here in the middle. We don't have any spikes? Jeez. So the healer making it doesn't concern me. It's the other ones that are a concern. And the Antumbra assaults can't pick up any kills here. Could start gaining spikes, which is what I think we need to do. And then increase this so we can put our Animus of Will down. But we're taking way too much damage right now. Can we stop this guy? Damage shield 4 Train Steward. Interesting. I don't really see any way that we stop that guy. Yeah, he doesn't take any damage to that. So I think we just get the extra health and spikes. Eat one of the damage shields up. If we steel enhance the Gorger here, maybe we steel enhance the Morsel Maker. We just want to make it so this guy dies in less hits. But he's still not going to die in any less hits to the Pyre with that, because the Pyre only has... Oh wait, no, he will. It's 30 attack, not 20. So yeah, that makes sense. And then what else should be buffed? I mean, I want to use this on the Animus of Will, obviously, but that's not an option. So maybe we make the Morsel Maker harder to kill. We could play the Train Steward here, but I'd rather get the Animus of Will out. We are dying once again. This floor doesn't seem to be going much better, huh? You have no regen on you. Well, obviously we play this because it's free. Could have used the Animus of Will there, but that's how it goes, I guess. We might get the card that increases our capacity anyways. Where is that? Right here. Oh, you are not really dying, huh? This could start to deal quite a bit of damage. He's got sweep. Oh my goodness. So he kills all morsels. So that thing's also gonna get annihilated. So this is gonna bring him down. We need him to take 4 more damage. But I don't think there's a way we can make him take 4 more damage. So I guess that's a wash. So I think we'll just use everything on you. Oh wait, he did take enough? Oh, he was getting healed. He didn't actually take enough. So we could play this. And then we could play this. Still not enough though, huh? I think we lose here. Like, we did some damage, but just not enough. I feel like he's getting through, but Restoration Detonation can't change it because he's got too much of a shield. And I can't play this card before Restoration Detonation. But maybe the healing turns it around? Doesn't look like it. I think we just lose. It's not even close. Man, what the heck? These runs don't even feel like we're getting close at the moment. It just seems like Covenant 4 is just destroying me. But we died on another challenge. What was the challenge? What is this? Shattered Shell. Slay 2. That seems really cool. Draw 1, enhance the drawn card to cost 0. Also pretty cool. What was the challenge that we took? Can't see. Alright, well. We need to level up Umbra a little bit more, I think. I'm not sure what we do. We're doing something wrong at the moment. Covenant 4 is just too difficult. But that's going to do it for this one. Can I see what this trial is? I don't know what the trial is. We obviously shouldn't have done it. Oh, it's the spell shields. Yeah, we should not have done the spell shields. I think we just need to take less trials. The trials are killing us. We can always go the trial on 1. But otherwise, for some reason, I was convinced I could do this. But we needed that extra damage coming from our spells that just wasn't happening. So we shouldn't do things that we obviously can't do. We just need to think about the trials a little bit better so we don't take ones that are too difficult for us. But either way, that's going to do it for this one. We're going to get into another run right after this. But hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.